Hi everybody, welcome back to my channel. Today we're going to be using the Moschino Sephora palette that I have. I think this is pretty old. I don't even think you can buy it anymore, but I love it. There's so many colors in here that I feel like I never use, but I'm going to start off with that light brown shade and just blend it all in my crease so I have a nice transition shade for all the colors that I'm going to lay down afterward. Alrighty, now I'm going to go in with this dark shade, and I'm just going to go ahead and deepen up my outer V with the same brush. And honestly, I just put enough to cover each bristle on this fluffy brush so that I'm building up the color lightly. I always say this, but it's easier to add more than it is to take off. So I always just start with a light hand and then build it up to the amount of intensity that I want. Alrighty, now I'm gonna go in with this color, this really pretty green. I feel like I never used this green, and I just wanted to wear green eyeshadow because green eyeshadow I just love. So I'm just gonna go in and place that all over my eyelid and just build it all the way up to the intensity and the amount of glitter and sparkle that I want. And I like to do this by just kind of mapping out the shape first, and then I'll go through and pack in and build up that color as I go. Now I'm going to go back in with my fluffy blending brush and just kind of go back in with that deeper brown shade and just kind of intensify my outer V a little bit more, and my crease just to add a little bit more dimension to the look. And I'm just doing this really softly just to make sure that everything looks really nicely blended. Now I'm going to go in with this matte color. It's like a nice mint green. I'm just going to place that on my inner corners. It definitely makes the whole eye look a lot brighter, and I just like it because it's a little bit of an unexpected take for this eyeshadow look, but it looks pretty good. I enjoy it, and I just built up the shade as much as I could, and that's what we got. Now I'm going to go with my Jaclyn Hill Cosmetics foundation, and I'm just going to put that all over my face. This is one of my favorite foundations that I use, and I feel like I'm kind of getting through it pretty good. I think I have like about half of the product left, and the match is good. It blends easy, and it doesn't break me out, which is a total plus for my sensitive skin. So alright, so now I'm going to go ahead and go with my Honest Beauty concealer. She's back because my summer tan is officially gone. So I'm going to use this in the inner corner to brighten. And you guys know how much I love that concealer. And I love this one as well, my Jaclyn Hill concealer on the outer part of my eyes, just to be like more of a natural color. Because even though I love my Jaclyn Hill foundation, it is a little bit too cool for me, but once I blend out my concealers, add my powders, my blush, everything looks okay. And I started using my foundation brush to blend out the edges, just so I don't have a ton of concealer like directly underneath my eyes, because it helps to prevent creasing. So I just use it, I blend my concealer like in the part that goes down towards my nose, because that's still under your eye. And a lot of times people will blend the concealer only directly under their eyes, and then they'll place their blush as normal, but it just kind of makes them have like a weird suntan kind of look to their face. And so whenever I do my concealer, I just like to bring it all the way down to where my nose is, like in that kind of V area, because it just makes my makeup look a whole lot more cohesive. So now I'm going to go ahead and go in with my Chalk Dust setting powder from the crayon case in the shade In, and I'm going to set that V under eye area that I was talking about, and it just helps to brighten and to set all of that concealer that I just placed down. And then I usually just take a brush and just sweep off the excess powder, and that's basically how I do my under eyes. And I usually just take whatever's left in the lid, because I'll go and dump my powder in the lid of the product, and I'll take my powder puff out of that, and whatever my powder puff doesn't get, I use it on my brush and use that to brush everything away. Now for my other loose setting powder, it's the Maybelline Fit Me loose setting powder in the shade 35. It's one of my favorites, probably if not my favorite loose setting powder I've ever used, because the finish on it is just so silky smooth, and the color of it is just really, really nice. Yeah, I love this powder. It works very well with me. And I do the same thing with this powder. Whatever's left in the lid after I used my powder puff and did all that, I take my brush and just use that to sweep and blend the powder on my face. Alrighty, now I'm going to go with my L'Oreal Infallible Bronzer. I love this bronzer. It's one of my favorite bronzers. The formula is very, very smoothing, and I love that. But this bronzer, if you like bronzers that add a sun-kissed kind of look and a glow, this is not for you. This is very much matte, and I love a matte finish when it comes to my makeup, because it's like I can always add a little glow, a little sparkle, but I like my makeup to just look matte, so then when my makeup starts to rest on my face as I'm wearing it, it just kind of looks a little bit more of a natural glow. But yeah, I love this. It's very smooth. The color payoff is very, very good. It's pigmented, and yeah, if you have not tried this and you want to try a bronzer, definitely try this one. I really enjoy using it for sure. Not always, whenever I do full glam, but this time I'm going to go ahead and take the bronzer underneath of my eyes as well, because I didn't really want to put any like green eyeshadow underneath my eyes. So I just went ahead and just did my bronzer underneath of here as well. But whenever I do everyday makeup look, I always put bronzer underneath my eyes and in my crease. Now to go in with my new favorite blush. It's from NYX Cosmetics. It's in the shade Back and Butter. Saying the names of these blushes is so funny because it's just weird. It doesn't roll off the tongue, but it's like a pun over and over again. But yeah, ever since I got this is pretty much the only blush I've been wearing. So yeah, I'm just putting this on my face because I feel like this blush, the way that it pulls on my skin tone, it kind of looks like a bronzer that's a little bit more on the like red coral side, and I just really, really like that because I love bronzer. So this just feels like an enhanced version of a bronzer as a blush, and I love both of those things. Blush and bronzer are my two favorite things. It's very pigmented, so If you get this blush and you feel like you applied too much, just take your powder brush. You really don't need to add any more product to it, and just sweep over the areas where you feel like you had too much blush on, and then it helps to tone it down a little bit. I'm going to go in with this Becca Cosmetics lip gloss. I just like lip glosses where I don't have to apply lip liner, because oftentimes whenever I get to this step in my makeup routine, I should already be out the door, so this is just one of those lip glosses for me. Okay, so I kept staring at my makeup and I was thinking this would be so cute with a little bit of purple. So I went in and I added my favorite purple out of this palette because to me it looks like it's glowing. And I'm just putting it in the inner corners, and look how pretty it is. On top of the green, it almost pulls like kind of a blue, like a really light neon blue a little bit. But I was like, that is so pretty. Low key was not what I was going for, but high key, I liked it. So this is the finished look. I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye.